John Cena's black.
The Invisible Man's black now.
What are you screaming about, huh?
The Invisible Man's black now.
Why?
Because John Cena's black.
Oh my god. John Cena's black. That's so fucking man. Shit.
Hey, look, it's a little dead meme. Fuck you, little bitch. You think you can fuck with me? Wanna go ring? Fuck you, little bitch. Hey, look, I'm hoping to break. Fuck you, little bitch.
Okay, I'm sorry.
What are you cackling at?
Dude, I just fucking Black John Cena.
Oh my god.
I don't understand how you don't.
Dude, it's funny, man.
All right. Hey everybody, welcome to episode 79, I think.
80?
Sure,
I believe of the Snark Tank podcast. It is me, Chris Reagan. I'm here obviously with everybody that you've come to know and love. I'm here with Sweeney and Derek.
Mm-hmm.
What's up?
So before we started recording today, Derek, we were talking about what we were going to talk about on the show today, right? And we were just kind of pitching ideas. And Derek says, "Why is Black John Cena trending?" Clicks a link and proceeds to bust a gut laughing.
It's so fucking weird.
I don't know. Like, I'm sure anybody listening to this can just look up Black John Cena and find whatever's trending currently, like, even if this is, like, a couple months later down the line. But, like, I just don't really see it.
I don't know how you don't see it. His muscle build, like his fucking the shape of his face, man. Like Brock Baker just fucking was like, I've been laughing at this all day. Like, come on, man, it's funny. It's funny. People fucking know it's funny.
I just wish I saw it.
So guys, I literally went down the rabbit hole of like that hashtag. And I found a girl that looks just like Tupac Shakur. And it's unfucking believable what I'm looking at right now.
All right, well, let's not get too hyper-specific, because the thread you're looking at, there's no way people are going to find that in, like, however long it takes for people to listen to this.
That's true.
But
that's true.
Dude, I don't know. He just looks like a fucking guy to me. He just looks like a dude.
He looks like Black John Cena.
Like, if I saw, here's the thing. If I saw this guy like walking down the street, John Cena would be the last. I wouldn't think of John Cena at all. Maybe I don't think of John Cena ever. In fairness, because he has no. He has had probably the least influence on my life that any celebrity could possibly hope to have, because he's a wrestler or like a fucking fighty dude. And I was never a part of that. So maybe that's part of it, where it's just like this dude's face is like not ingrained in my memory to the point where I just won't recognize it. But this dude he just looks like a dude minding his business, man.
No way. Like
he looks like Black John Cena.
He looks like he's completely aware. It's like when some people are aware, when they're aware that they look like someone, they start leaning into it. Because of course he could be fat as fuck. Right, he can have dreadlocks. He can look completely different. He can look like Anthony Anderson in fucking Scary Movie 3, right? If he wanted to, like, but he didn't think he looked that close to Anthony Anderson. He was like, "Oh shit, people keep telling me I look like John Cena, so I'm gonna even cut my hair like a prime WWE John Cena." That's no coincidence.
That's such a generic haircut.
He has the literal same, the Caesar with the fade. That's the exact same haircut. That's
exactly how he cuts his hair, dude.
That's a popular black man haircut, to be fair. When I get my haircut, I usually get my haircut similar to that. But it's the same haircut, too.
Let's be real. You know why he did it specifically. Dude, I can't get over it.
Yo, he looks like it, man.
He's just on my screen staring at me.
The only thing is that, like, he's not doing it. You can't see me stuff.
Yeah,
that's it. Other than that, it'd be him. And he probably can do it.
He has to. You know he's gonna. Okay, we gotta encourage him. I want this sent to him specifically. Black John Cena, could you please, if you haven't already, start a cameo, because I need your services. I need you to do some good shit. Oh man.
I wonder what he sounds like.
I can't handle that. I can't handle it. Like, if he sounds like John Cena, I can't handle it. I'm done. I'm checking out of the Matrix, man. I don't want any part of this anymore. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go to fucking Zion. I'm gonna go eat some boring shit and have everything be gray, because I can't handle this guy sounding like John Cena. Just saying.
He could be in the next Suicide Squad. He could be that's his superhero name, Black John Cena.
Black.
Yo, could you imagine? Okay, Black John Cena, you're up now. And he goes in there and he's like, what do I do?
Was Deadshot
speak Mandarin.
Was Deadshot in the new one? Like, did he make a cameo at all?
He was
like, that's hot.
Nah, he wasn't.
Nah, that's not hot.
It's not hot at all. Suicide Squad came out, I guess. That's one of the talking subjects. Did you see it yet? Chris saw it. I didn't know that. Did you see it yet, Derek?
No, I didn't really have time yesterday. I was gonna watch it yesterday and I ran out of time.
Yeah,
I feel you.
Classic.
Yeah, I've heard nothing but good things though. Heard nothing but good things.
It's not bad. It's pretty funny.
It is really good. I just like James Gunn movies though in general. Like, and it's just pretty. Yeah. It's so violent, dude. Like there are parts of that movie that are just like wildly like. I mean, spoiler, but not spoiler because like fucking it's in like the first like 5 minutes. But Pete Davidson gets his fucking face blown off, and it's the funniest. It happens so swiftly.
Gets his face blown off.
It's funny. It's good. If only for that scene, you should all watch it because it's worth seeing that. In fucking.
And I mean, you can't, dude. Like, one of the main reasons why I knew I was going to see it was because Sylvester Stallone is King Shark. Like, that's what a combination that they got that fucking guy to play him. I'm like, all right,
yeah.
It was pretty good. He was my favorite part of the movie, I think, actually.
He's pretty great.
Yeah. I like King Shark. He's
always been my favorite in the Suicide Squad. I used to read the comics like in the mid 2000s when they first came out. Late 2000s? Yeah.
It was something like that.
You read the run when Harley first became a part of the Suicide Squad.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Okay, gotcha. All right. That's a little while ago.
I think it was like start of the late 2000s. Yeah, like 2009 or 10. It was around that time.
It's a while ago, damn.
Yeah.
It doesn't feel like it. It's fucking weird.
I don't know anything about those comics at all. I just remember like wasn't there like an animated movie or something about the Suicide Squad?
Yeah, it was like Ocean's fucking style.
Yeah, they were like trying to like break the Joker out of.
I liked it a lot.
What were they trying to do? They were trying to break the Joker out of prison or something, or maybe the Joker was just there. I can't remember what the fucking.
The Joker was there. He had a dirty bomb. They were trying to get into prison and do something, but then Batman caught on to it, and he didn't know they were sent by Waller. So it was Batman trying to fuck over the Suicide Squad while they're doing a mission. It was pretty. I really liked that movie. It was enjoyable.
That was a fun one. If the first movie did something like that, it would have been pretty decent too. But they did like this weird fucking laser shooting into the sky, and like some clown with a bat and some dude with a boomerang was supposed to somehow stop it. Like
the thing is this, okay? They could have done something cool like that, but then they would have had to pay Affleck to be Batman.
Yeah.
They would have had to pay Leto more to be Joker on screen. They would have had to do all this extra shit, and then it just would have been. It happened, you know. Without that movie, we wouldn't be able to understand how much better this movie is.
That's true.
So
yeah, true.
Just let it persist.
That terrible. That laugh is so shit.
Yeah, his laugh was so bad in fucking the Snyder cut of the movie. I was like, bro.
Wait, what
are you talking about? The Snyder cut?
Yeah, the Snyder cut Joker shows up at the very, very, very end of the Justice League.
I don't remember what he does, but I do remember it being shitty.
I didn't see the
He's
Snyder
at the very, very end, and he laughs, and it's like...
I don't remember what I remember it being shit. I just don't remember what it sounds like. It wasn't any better than the Suicide Squad one, that's for sure.
Like, ew. They should just have Mark Hamill do his laugh. Like, just have a stock of Mark Hamill's laugh. Whenever Joker's about to laugh, press the button.
No, but then it just, I don't know. I could see why they wouldn't do that, but at the same time, it's just like don't. I don't know, just get a better fucking actor. Like, dude, like I don't know. Like he was so terrible. Like, and what's weird is like Jared Leto's a great actor, but like he's just not. He can't do that character. Like he's not equipped to do that.
I think whoever does Joker in the future, I think they need to forget that Heath Ledger ever existed, because I think they're trying to like I have to do better than that, or at least have to be on par with that. And when you're trying to do that, it's never gonna work.
Yeah, right.
It's kind of like do your thing. If it works, it works. Like everyone was like, oh, that's cool. Fucking I can't. I was gonna say I forgot his name. I was thinking like you know Commodus from fucking Gladiator. I couldn't remember his name.
Fucking Commodus, I hate you.
Look.
Jacqueline, what's up?
That Gladiator is great. So let's not throw. unnecessary.
It's fantastic.
movie.
It's top 5 for me.
Of course it is.
It's a fucking great movie.
It is. It is a great movie. I saw it when it came out when I was little, and I was like, "What the fuck is going on?" That movie was so confused. I saw that movie and Troy like back to back when I was like 7, and I was like, did these two guys kiss each other? Also, what's going on? Because in Troy, there's a gay scene.
I don't think I've ever seen Troy. Like I pay attention to it, and then I'm like, this sucks compared to like Gladiator or something, for example.
Gladiator's better.
It's better by miles.
Wasn't Gladiator the one with like that dude died, so they like replaced him with CG?
Yes!
Like, and it's like one of the first
And I found out about that recently.
Yeah.
I think.
Wait, what? Someone died during the middle of that movie?
Yeah. So one, I forget who it was, but like one of the characters like died, I think, midway through filming, and they had to like CG like the rest of his performance, or like intercut it with like, they did like some crazy editing where like, and it was like one of the first instances of like big, like a high profile actor being like replaced with like CG. It was like, when was Gladiator? Like 2000, like 1999, something like that.
2000.
Like, yeah.
No later than 2002.
It was 2000.
Yeah. That fucking blew my mind when I found that out. I was like, yo, that's fucking insane.
We might have even discussed that on this podcast, to be honest.
Oh, I'm sure maybe like 50 episodes ago. I'm sure that probably came up.
Yeah.
I was 6 when this movie came out, bro. I was
crazy.
6.
Yeah, we were all 6 once.
Yeah.
Anyway, since we all haven't seen Suicide Squad, there's no big, there's no reason to delve super into it. We can't get into spoilers anyway, because I'm sure a lot of people would be upset.
Yes.
But I would recommend it. I think it's very good. But I
Very
think
enjoyable.
Now, look.
Yep.
We can't not address the elephant in the room here.
Can we not, dude?
We kind of have to, dude.
We have to. I know, but I've done such a good job just staying away from it in my streams, in like my chats with my friends, in the D&D chat. I shut it down. Like everything, I've been staying away from it. But this is my job, and you got to do things you don't always enjoy for your job.
Well,
so.
It's too big now. It's too big now. The normies know it.
It's too big. Tucker Carlson talked about it on Fox News. It's too big. There's and here's the thing, right?
Oh, you didn't know that?
Look
at his face.
He's been unplugged. He's been unplugged from the discourse. So if anybody's unfamiliar, we are of course talking about.
No.
We are of course talking about Chris Chan, who I'm sure a lot of people in the audience know about. If look, too many people who watch or listen to this show also listened to Sleepy Cabin and Sleepy Cast. There's a lot of people who we get messages all the time. It's like, this is my favorite podcast in Sleepy Cast, which is awesome, by the way, awesome compliment. But it gives me an idea of like who's listening, and I'm sure you all know who Chris Chan is. There's no way on God's green earth that I am going to be able to summarize this character for you if you are just hearing this for the first time. But all you really need to know is that this is potentially one of the most documented people on the internet. He's been chronicled since like the early 2000s. He invented Let's Plays. That's real. He did the first Let's Play on the internet, which is interesting. But he's this character, he's this person who is autistic. He's very heavily learning impaired, I would argue.
And I would say mentally impaired overall. Don't think just learning the whole damn king caboodle.
He wrote like these Sonic original comics. It's a big rabbit hole. I don't encourage you to go down that rabbit hole because, quite frankly, it's a bit morbid. It's a bit too much information for a healthy person to like absorb. Like, unless you've been following this for the entire time, I wouldn't recommend delving super into it. But we have to talk about this because this is like an internet legend that is like blowing up on the mainstream now. Fucking Tucker Carlson. Hearing Tucker Carlson say the words Chris Chan is a watershed moment because this means that nothing is obscure now. And it's to the point where like I couldn't even find anything to compare it to because there's nobody like this dude, you know? He was taken by the police after what?
You know what he did.
He engaged in.
He did what the song "Bump and Grind's" about. You know, "Bump and Grind" by R. Kelly. He did some of that.
Yeah,
you know?
which is
okay.
He was listening to "Bump and Grind" with his mother.
I'll do it. He allegedly R-worded his mom.
Yeah, his 86-year-old dementia-riddled.
That needs to be, because it's technically right. I guess people in the communities now say the R word, or they'll say S-aid, because for standing for sexual assaulted.
Oh, right.
And
Okay.
I was like, what the fuck? Weird.
Look,
Anyway,
long story short, it's like this. It's this dude who's been like followed, and by the way, he's trans, but like it's a whole nother fucking thing.
That's even more plot.
That's a whole. It's too much to get into. We're not going to do a good job of like summarizing it, but yeah, this is a thing that happened, and it leaked. And here's the thing: it's like originally, like I genuinely like was not going to talk about this because I thought like, all right, well, it's out in the open, it's over now, he's gonna go to jail or whatever. I think it's confirmed that he's going to go to like a men's prison. I think that's the most recent development. But then yesterday, or like the day before, it came out that the person who leaked the call of him admitting to doing these things to his mom is also this psycho who was like planning on like using that call as blackmail to get Chris Chan to off themselves. Like, It's this crazy fucking, like, it's insane. And I think the reason why I think it's interesting is because this is like a primary example of how fucked the internet is, and just how like the lengths at which the lengths that people are willing to go to completely fuck with people, to the point where like barely anybody involved in the story is a redeemable person. It reminded me, like I was talking to Derek before, where like it reminded me a lot of what's the fucking thing that we were talking about before? EDP, where like this dude,
that prison.
Yeah, this dude, this like lolcow, like gets outed for like being this like predator, and then it turns out that the people who exposed him are like also psychopaths and like also like completely out of their minds and completely insane. It's like there are no good characters in this. Because I know, like,
it's Warhammer. It's Warhammer 40K. Everyone's a villain. Like, no one's a good guy.
It's terrible.
It's sick.
It's a really fucking dark story. Because I remember, dude, like, Chris Chan's been a part of the internet, like, the back channels of the internet for a very, very long time. And for a long time, he straddled this line of being like, you know, people were fucking with him a lot because he's like really gullible and really autistic and like really like just super, super gullible, and he's like really creepy. So, like, there was this line of, like, people would fuck with him, but he was also such a shitty person that, like, you'd fall back and forth between, like, I feel bad for him, and then, like, it would go again to, like, oh, but he, like, he did this really creepy thing, or, like, he harassed this person, or he, like, maced a GameStop employee because Sonic's arms were the wrong color, and, like, just all this weird shit. And this is, like, the worst ending of like, this is a character in an RPG making like all of the worst choices, and just like this is renegade.
It's grim dark, bro.
It's grim dark.
Is like, this is the type of shit. This is like fucking Castlevania. Like, you got one hit left and Dracula's on it, so you're right in front of Dracula's. You got no health items. It's just darkness. It's just darkness and peril everywhere. And I can't believe I can't believe I'm surprised by the internet. That is what it bothers me so much, because I know the internet is full of shitty people. I'm not a pillar of humanity, and I'm on here, you know? So clearly it's full of not the best people. But like the way people like fuck with Chris is insane. Like, people are like, Chris Chan obviously kind of sucks.
Oh, well,
that,
that's it's not kinda. I don't.
Chris Chan sucks.
Yeah,
you know, he's wroth with being his own dickheaded problems, and obviously he has mental problems. But like, just some of the shit that people have done to him is just like, it's like, how could you get that bothered by any person? that you would just do fuck shit like that. It's just it's insane. It's insanity.
It is genuinely like I think it's inhumane to like a pretty substantial degree.
You know, Boogie, right?
Yeah,
I was just thinking about that.
When that dude pulled up to Boogie's house.
Yeah, Frank
I would
Castle.
have shot him. I would have. He's lucky Boogie's a merciful human. Because Boogie could have put one in his face.
Nah, he would be in prison.
He would be in prison.
He'd be a fucking pillow and shit in prison. Nah.
Because he pulled up to his state. That's you have the right to shoot.
It depends on where you are, but like not there, not where he is.
Look, he's in Arkansas, but look, you would think see, the way the law works, especially, just assume this everywhere, because you should. If they're not trying to break in your house, they're not trying to kill you. You know that, you understand? That's how it works. If they're not trying to actually get into you to get at you, okay, now they're just harassing. Call the cops. Don't pull a gun and fire a fucking warning shot, which doesn't exist. There's no such thing as a warning shot.
Yeah, only warning shots is for cops. That's only a real thing for police officers.
No, it's not. It's any type of shot. Anything that is discharged from your gun is basically, oh shit, paperwork, and something's gonna have to be done. Because there's no like, oh, I'm letting you off with the warning. Pew pew. That bullet's going somewhere and it's probably gonna kill somebody.
That's how they shoot it up. No one shoots a warning shot straight forward, Derek.
You shoot a fucking gun in the air, the bullet has to come down because of gravity, and people die like that all the time.
I thought it would, by the point it would fall, it wouldn't be falling like hard enough to kill somebody. I'm not sure about that. Like,
you don't think it would?
Well,
yes.
Well, so here's the thing. A bullet is pretty heavy. Like it's not like, you're not going to break your arms carrying a bullet or anything. But if you drop like a quarter off of like a really high it's going to hurt somebody. It might not kill a person, but like the height of the Empire State Building, you drop a quarter down, and it lands on somebody's skull, it's going to hurt him, and it's going to do something like noticeable. A bullet is significantly denser and heavier than a quarter is. So
the way that it's designed to fucking whish through the air, cut through the fucking wind. And so here's the thing is, when you fire the bullet into the air, it hasn't been smashed against anything. It comes down and fucking impales people a lot.
Yeah.
It happens.
I'm being real, because I assume based on how like they work, because when you shoot a gun, obviously it's a compact explosion. That's why the bullet jettisons so fast. But I assume when you shoot into the air, by the time it starts traveling through the air and wherever it lands, I'd assume it would be like kind of like way petered out. But it is
why would it do that?
Straight to thing, because it's not being shot with the same force at all. Like
it's not going to be. It's definitely not going to be the same. It's not going to be the same velocity. That's for sure.
Yeah, it slows down for sure.
It slows down when it's coming back, but now it's just free falling. And it's also you know how bullets are designed?
Yeah, they're meant to pierce things.
Yeah, so it happens a lot. A lot of people have unfortunately caught bullets. That's why you see when people are shooting the air for celebrations, get the fuck away from there. Don't be anywhere near that shit.
Be close to the person shooting, actually. That's the best place to be. Be right next to the person shooting after they're done shooting. Like, you're sitting right here, and I'm standing here.
Stay in, yes, that's actually the best scenario you could do, is stay in that proximity.
Because you have no clue where that bitch is going to fucking land.
But I still understand about that. Like, I can't believe that freak hassle guy is just, and well, I guess not. I don't believe that he's a person that actually would do shit like that. It's the fact that people were like finding what he's doing hilarious, and he still has, even after that shit, he still just has an audience that's willing to follow him. Be like, oh, that's hilarious. People that I know, through proxies and stuff like that are like following this guy, and I'm like, did you not think that's just like one of the most morally irreprehensible things you can do to somebody? And you're still just like, I'm gonna keep my eyes on this guy still. That was funny. He got boogie good, and I'm like, okay,
yeah, all right,
yeah.
People are insane, man.
There's a lot of I think there's a lot of sociopaths on the internet in general, but I think specifically, like, I don't know, man, the stuff that Christian has gone through, and again, not justifying anything that he's done, because he's obviously like he's a monster, like he's a terrible person, but like the shit that this dude or this person, whatever you want to fucking look, and the reason, by the way, before anybody jumps up our ass about this, I know he's trans, but he's on the record of saying that I think he said something like, I'm trans because I have trouble competing with straight men for the ladies. And it's like, it's not, I don't fully believe that this is genuine. And this is not me being like, oh, it's only valid if I consider it to be. This is like there's reason to be a little bit doubtful about this person's identity.
Absolutely.
So if 110%. So if I continually like accidentally misgender and fucking deal with it, I don't think that's the biggest problem right now to do.
Not
to
even
deal with
slightly. Have you seen the meme about that?
Yeah, like I'm sorry, she raped her mom. It's like, dude, I don't know. It's fucking tragic, man. It's really like dark. It's really disgusting and really disturbing.
Yeah.
And
I would say, real quick, I just want to say to the people that I would suggest not looking into the person who's allegedly the one that called Christian, the one that had the call recorded and everything, because diving into that person, it was like really like, oh, lots of stuff have to deal with some of the most, all the things that are on the, what is it called? The dark part of the internet. What's
dark
it called?
Web?
What do you call it?
What are you talking about?
The dark web. Thank you. Like that type of shit. This person's involved in like dark web type shit.
Oh, really? Like actually like super fucked up stuff?
Like stuff, yeah, like animal torture and all this crazy shit,
God
dude.
Damn,
like,
dude.
I would say, like, I would just advise you, like, just take my word for that it'll probably ruin your day if you dive deep into this person. That's all I'm gonna say.
You're not obligated to do any research necessarily. Like, there's no reason for you to like go searching and like get involved, because quite honestly, I even think like things like, there's a really famous documentary, like the Christian documentary. It's like 59 parts or something, and it's been going on for years. I even think just that, the fact that exists, that alone is also like disturbing, that somebody is like chronicling everything. And like, just like, I think there's a degree of like everybody involved is like just kind of like on various degrees of like, you're a terrible person. And look, because I saw this a lot on Twitter too. I saw this, even like people I know, like Bunty was tweeting about it, where it's like, I don't understand what's so fascinating about this. Like, I don't understand why people, it's like, dude, you don't have to be personally interested in something, but like, to pretend like this is inherently, like this isn't like inherently fascinating is just nonsensical. This is like the most chronicled person on the internet becomes a trans woman, rapes his dementia-ridden mom, and the person who fucking unveils that information is an animal torturer who tried, like, this is all insane. And to pretend like this is like, oh, whatever, there's like a pretentiousness about it that bothers me.
Look.
I understand.
Now, I agree with it being unbelievable. I agree. It's
astounding. This is the internet in like the most heinous, inhuman context you could possibly read, and it's there for everybody now, and everybody knows about it. That is interesting. Whether or not you're interested in it, or whether or not you want to dive into it, that's your prerogative. But to deny that this isn't something that is wild, is just you're out of your mind. You're just you're an idiot.
Some people just don't like. Some people just stay away from shit. Some people just be capable
that's fine.
of staying away from shit.
That's fine.
And what happened is when you are so far on the outside, that it's just like, what? That just sounds crazy. And then you hear that and you're like, all right, moving on.
Right.
That's it. But for us people who, this is our job, this is where we live. We live in this bubble of the internet. It's hard to not be like, yo, what? Because I try hard. I've tried hard to just not have any information about it come my way.
I don't know, man. It's the superiority complex of it. It's just like, I've never even seen a Marvel movie because I like cinema. And it's like, or like, I don't listen to rap because rap doesn't have music theory. Or like Ben Shapiro was like, rap isn't music.
Yeah.
It's just like, dude, give yourself a fucking break. Like, oh, congratulations, you're not interested in this thing that is objectively fascinating. Congratulations, have a good time, be boring. Or healthy, depending on how you want to look at it.
People just do that. It's like you said, pretentiousness and
look, you're probably like better off not looking into it. right? That's totally. I think that's actually probably true. But
It
like, I don't
depends,
know.
right?
It's just the fucking smugness of it.
That's all. That's literally all it is. That it doesn't matter. It's for an example is I made a video about it. I wasn't sure if we're gonna talk about it or not. Episode didn't come out last week, so I just was like, here's my take on it. This is from somebody who doesn't know much about Christian, not because I've been actively avoiding Christian, but it just never really crossed my radar that much. I've heard about Christian a lot. But like, say for example, if there was a game show and someone's like, we're gonna do a trivia game show about Christian's life, whoever gets the most right is gonna win $1 million. I'd be like, oh, I'm fucked because I don't know anything about Christian. But I would be anybody else that does know, cool. Because I was saying, me personally, I'm like, I'm not that interested because it's not. I don't know. I have a hard time laughing at people that are really like, they're fucked up. And so I can only laugh so much.
It's not about laughing, though. That's the thing. It's not about laughing.
It's just if you talk to most people when Christian's name comes up or anything, it's always about laughter. Oh, he did this, he did that. People, it's like funny shit that
the intrigue.
He's done.
The intrigue is not for. It's intriguing no matter what. Like unanimously, it is intriguing.
Everything that you laid out, Chris.
Don't want to absorb it.
Everything you laid out, Chris, like how you explain, like, oh, this is what it's about. That's extremely fascinating. Now, here's the thing, though. For me, it's like, oh, if it was somebody who was just a scumbag, like let's just say replace Christian with Keemstar. I'd be like, this is the most fascinating. Or like say how I'm really interested in the shit that Ethan Ralph's about. Because he's just a piece of shit. Like he's not like, not in a way that he's like, oh,
he's a monster, bro. He's a monstrous human. He's a monstrous human.
And he just keeps getting into like stupid shit. Like he has no shame, and that's what I love that he has zero shame. He's done so much shit that I would quit the internet forever. I would never be on the internet, and he's just still here.
Yeah, the thing is, he's one of the most like pathetic people I think I've ever seen like ever exist. He should be in a museum. I think Ethan Ralph.
I fucking hope so,
bro. Look, I found out about him like 4 months ago, and I had like a bit of a deep dive, and I was like, "Yo, this nigga is terrible. This nigga is a demon. This is a demon."
We watched. Just a couple of days ago, I think I was over your guys' house, and we were watching a little bit of the shit that he was into.
He's a demon. He needs to be put away.
I had no idea. Dude, I sincerely had no idea about that. that he leaked a fucking sex tape of him. Like to own some guy that was in love with the chick that he was banging at the time. He looks fat and disgusting in it. It's like the least flat. It's so sad. It's just like, please believe me, I fuck. When it's like, dude, like, have you seen the middle of the country? Everybody fucks. Like, you kidding? Like,
it's not
it's
that
just
hard.
Villainous. It's just villainous. It's just like, bro.
But
you gotta look at yourself in the mirror and be like, do I like who I am?
Actually,
and if you do, then go away.
Funnily enough, I think Ethan Ralph was the one who got the footage of Christian being arrested. So it's like this.
No shit.
Yeah, that was him screaming at him in the cop car when he was like getting arrested. So it's like this perfect.
Oh, because they're in the same fucking. They're in the same state. That's right.
Of course they are. There's something in the water over there, man.
That's real shit, dude. That's real shit.
Yeah, they're probably related, honestly. But
Ethan Ralph is everything bad that I've said on the internet in a person. Everything terrible I've said in a being, it turned into him.
Dude, he's like and this was my point. I find him so fascinating because he's just a garbage human being without like, he wasn't like, say, born with a piece of his brain missing, or he's severely autistic or whatever. He doesn't have something that makes me like, oh, I feel bad for laughing because this guy can't help it.
He can't help.
He's just, well, okay, what do you mean?
I don't know, like here's how I would describe it, right? At a certain point, somebody getting themselves involved in like a bunch of like crazy stupid shit at some point after a certain amount of like repetitions, you have to wonder, like, is this a stable person? Are they actually okay? Like, probably not. Like,
it depends on how you approach it.
But this is different though. But this is because
it's like Gabby Hanna. Like, Gabby Hanna's probably fine, but she's also clearly insane.
But what is she? She's like, I don't even know what all that shit's about. She lies about stuff. Oh no, fuck, I don't care about that shit.
No, her hardware is fucked up.
What has she done? What has she done?
Have you seen a single one of her videos?
I don't care about that. I'm saying, what has she done?
Look. I don't care
what has she done?
Either. But you can, at a certain point when you're viewing, like you can look through a window and be like, oh, that dog's hungry. You know, you can see things. At a certain time, there's enough things going on. You can tell there are enough signs. You're like, oh, something's up here.
She's a bit of She's a bit of a shapeshifter. Like she never looks the same in any photograph that I've ever seen of her. It's like very weird. She's
crazy.
I just don't know. Like I recently saw. There's this fucking guy that's that he like. I think he likes to call himself like a discount Mudahar. He's this YouTuber. He's this Indian YouTuber. I forget his name. And he recently did a fall or a rise or fall of Gabby Hanna or whatever. I watched it, and I think the biggest offense was she lied about talking to some guy that hurt some other girl, and it became a huge thing. And I was like, my brain was melting because I'm like, oh, you mean just somebody just being somewhat of a backstabber? Like, get out of here. I don't care about that shit. What has she done? Oh no, that's right. She sold shitty brushes or something. Like
that was a makeup lady, right? Wasn't that like the?
No, it was like she had some hair brushes or something that were really shit, and she's like, oh, they're free, just pay shipping or something, and they're worth like less than the shipping or something. I don't know what, because I see people saying all this shit, but I'm like, whoa, where is it? What did she do? I look at people like Ethan Ralph, for example. I bring him up because he's assaulted a lady cop, you know, hilarious, went to jail for that. He's everything that he's shit on people for, like say Monday Matt or something. That Monday Matt, what did he flagged people that were criticizing him.
Oh yeah.
Ethan Ralph has done that and 20 billion fold. He doesn't give a fuck. He doesn't give a fuck about anything. He does everything. He's gotten into multiple fights on camera, and he knocked up that fucking chick that like just he's done so much wild shit where I'm like, here, this guy's look at this guy.
He sent a sex tape out to hurt someone.
That
is so demonic, bro.
But see, it's the greatest part of it is that how unflattering he looked. That's what's so great about it.
The gunt, bro.
Yeah, if you just type in like Ethan Ralph Gunt, it's one of the best things. It's fantastic. And he recently fought another YouTuber.
Like physically?
Yeah. There was like, he was involved with this girl's so there's a YouTuber that I guess he's controversial too. He likes lolly. His name's Digibro. He's on to all that lolly shit, the cartoon drawings of kids and shit.
See, and everybody tells you, right?
Wait, what?
Everybody tells you, go move to the Midwest. It's so cheap. It's so cheap. You could live like a king there. But then they don't tell you that you're king, and then your subjects and everybody around you is like, here's this fat, weird, lowly guy. Here's that guy who sends sex tapes out to embarrass random YouTubers. Here's some like old lady complaining about like Tigger flags, and just like all these like weird
Tigger
people.
Flags, bro.
Did you see that video? The Tigger flag video?
I haven't seen it. I heard about it. I was like, I'm gonna wait to look it up.
It's so weird. It's always this like weird thing, because people give me I don't know if you guys get this too, but like I get flack all the time for like, oh, you live in like a city, and that's like a bad thing because everybody's like a libtard or whatever the hell. Yeah. And they're like, come to the Midwest, so cheap and it's real cool and it's awesome. And then you get there and then like you see videos of shit happening where it's like some old lady approaches your stoop, and you're just like, why are you hanging that up? The homeowners association ain't taking too kindly to this nonsense. And it's just like, this whole planet sucks. Everywhere sucks.
It's
like,
man, the rural areas make me so upset, because you talk about the cheapness and the rural good vibes and all this stuff, and for some reason they keep voting for people that are nothing like that. They're all rich and wealthy and pay no taxes. They keep voting for those people, but they're all like, we're all down to earth down here. But that guy, the guy that owns everything, I like that guy. He's nothing like me, but I like him.
Dude, remember Roy Moore?
Roy Moore?
Roy Moore.
You don't remember Roy Moore? Roy Moore was like, oh my God, he was. Let me look this up just so I make sure I get everything right. Yeah, he had like these like sexual misconduct allegations about like it was him involving like children, right? And he was this like Republican. I think he served as the 27th and 31st Chief of Justice, Supreme Court, Alabama, right? So it's Alabama, of course, right? But he had like Trump's endorsement even after like all that crazy shit happened, and they like voted for him.
Of course.
Like they loved him. They were like, "We love Roy," and it's just like, this is crazy. What is?
Yo, look at. Dude, okay, listen.
How
Bro,
does
it
how
blows
do
my mind.
how
It blows
the
my
fuck
mind.
how the fuck do the QAnon like we gotta take down the pedophile elite people vote for people like Roy Moore, dude?
Dude, Trump is in Epstein's black fucking book,
Bro,
literally,
dude.
And they thought,
fuck Hillary, fuck Hillary.
This guy is gonna take down all the libtard pedophiles. And I'm like, he's fucking all the kids on the island.
Well.
What?
You're right.
Don't.
You're right. But Clinton was also in that book too, so it's like you were fucked.
No, I get it. I get Hillary was in that book.
But it's like, why are they looking past?
Each side just forgets that your arbiter was there too. your champion was there as well. It's like, how the bro, it blows my mind because I'm liberal. I am on, and I'm like, guys, look, I understand when bad is bad, but nigga, have you heard anything about Kamala Harris? People are like, oh my God, Kamala, she's so great. Bro,
dude,
there are people she's put in jail that should straight up just be free now because of how the world works.
Dude,
and she's withheld
it's
information.
Bad.
She's withheld information to get people off death row more than 3 times, dude. And it's just like, but look at Trump.
People are really blind, and it's
crazy.
It's very strange because I feel like I don't know how Christian I don't know how we went from Christian to this.
Because it's darkness. When you talk about Christian, you talk about darkness, period. It's just evil. All the evils become visible when you talk about him. It's darkness.
Yeah.
That is
The
fair.
same thing happened, dude. We had one of our friends was over like the day before this all happened. Who was over?
It was Jonathan Young. Jonathan Young, he's been on the podcast before. He was in town. He stopped by, and we were just watching videos. You were just like, we usually just hang out in the living room and watch YouTube videos. Like Derek was over the other day. We were watching like Smash players like raging and like destroying their controllers. And like when Jonathan was over, we were watching like just like I don't even remember, like Potion Seller or stuff. So like weird, like off,
garbage.
like just garbage. But like we got on the topic of Christian because a friend of ours, Gabby, she was also on the podcast once before. She's just like super into this rabbit hole, and so is John. And we were talking about this because we were just fascinated that this stuff has been going on for so long. It's like, wow, isn't it interesting that this dude's like just probably at this point the most documented person on the internet, and like he's just so pervasive in internet culture. He's like the upper layer of the dark web. You know what I mean? Where it's like, this is somebody that like most people kind of probably know about. And then the day after all of this stuff happened, all of the mom news came out, and it was just like it almost felt like we conjured it. It was really
What's
crazy.
Is that we started on Chris Chan again, and we ended up talking about Breonna Taylor. That's how much darkness.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
did.
It's just.
How the hell did you
just-
get there?
I don't know.
Because it's darkness. You guys think I sound crazy. Look, guys, everybody right now, y'all probably think I'm kidding. But once Chris Chan is brought up, shadows follow.
He's like fucking,
Grimness
he's like
follows.
Candyman or some shit.
No, it's like Voldemort, bro. It's like once you mention him, shit starts getting weird.
It's
And bro, it's so.
Yo, you think we can
wild.
get a Jonathan Young to make a Chris Chan song?
Let's not do that to him. Let's not do that to him.
let's not do that.
He's too
honest,
talented
look,
for bullshit like that, man.
dude, you're not gonna find a lot of Chris Chan content now. I don't think. I think a lot of people are probably gonna be like, ooh, this is because before it was just like, okay, here's a really gullible person, just sort of like, I don't know, it's a shitty situation, but it was never like, it never crossed the line of being like evil. Like as far as like on his behalf, you know, like he's a shitty person, but like this is like the most evil shit that I've ever seen him do. And like at this point it's not fun to cover it anymore. It's not fun to like poke fun at it. It's not fun really to even meander around this conversation. But, you know,
it's the abyss.
But like, dude, even I remember seeing like Shadman tweeting like, I'm not going to draw Chris Chan fucking his mom. What's wrong with you guys? Like,
that's surprising. I mean, he fucking draws goddamn everything else.
That's what I'm saying. It's like even Shad's like, Shad is like, listen, I'm not touching this with a 10-foot pole, and that's how you know it's like, all right, this is. You know what's funny? You know what's funny too?
Think of it like this. Think of it like this. I got another one. Think of all the shit that Meat Canyon makes fun of. You haven't heard a word. Hunter makes fun of everything. You haven't heard a lick about this,
dude.
He's
like, not even like a fucking rough sketch, you know, like nothing,
nothing, dude. I love it. I love it. Everyone is like, yo,
which is amazing when you consider the fact that you go back on like Newgrounds, maybe 15 years ago. And there are video games, like Flash games, where you could play as Osama bin Laden.
Storming the Capitol.
A terrorist, okay? Like...
That's
I'm dying. It's such a crazy...
Y'all still play that fucking game. I must have mentioned this before. Christopher Dorner's Last Stand. It's the Doom mod. Have you played that?
I haven't played it, but I know what it is.
It's so fucking good.
It's insane.
Yo, guys, the light is fading, bro. I feel it more than ever. Like, I sound like a fucking crazy shaman, but I feel it. There's something wrong. There's something wrong in the universe.
Now here's the thing. Here's what I'm most curious about. How long do you think it will be before somebody like Jared Leto wins an Oscar for portraying Chris Chan? Because this is something that will, like, this is such an insane, like there will at least be like an actual documentary about this at some point, because I just don't see how they can't do that.
I'm sure Chris Hansen's like on it. He's like, oh, I got this one.
They gotta ask Sega for permission to use Sonichu. Like, it's just like, listen, guys, I know this is unflattering, but like,
they gotta
Sonic
talk to
is
Sega and Nintendo.
Yeah, like, listen, guys,
both of them,
guys. Sonic is kind of a huge part of this story, and we kind of need your blessing. But, you know, we'll just make a documentary if we can't make a movie, and we'll just get we'll just do it anyway.
You can't stop us,
dude. What if Sonichu is in the sequel of Sonic the Hedgehog?
Oh my God! Like as an Easter egg.
I feel like there was a mention. I feel like there was definitely going to be a mention. And now it's like
now they're like ooh.
I think I could be wrong. I don't know if I'm allowed to say it. Actually, you know, I shouldn't say it. It's nothing crazy, but it's involved with like a highly collaborative project that may or may not.
We can't.
That may or may not.
Let's not bring it up.
Yeah.
Let's not bring it up right now.
See.
Okay.
I wonder how
what the fuck
that's.
are you talking about? I don't know what you're talking about.
I'll let people know what it is when it's out. But I'll let you know after the show, because I don't know if I actually don't know. I have no idea if I can talk about it. But man, what a dark abyss we have come into. I think Jared Leto could play him pretty well.
Guys, I hope these questions this week are not as terrible, because man, like, please, guys, let's
ease up.
I feel weak.
I do
feel weaker.
I do feel noticeably less strong now that we've talked about Chris Chan. Like, I do feel like I need to eat some. I just ate, and I feel so hungry again. But before we move on, of course we got one question about this. Badly Brave wrote in, says, now that Chris Chan fucked his mom, can we assume that was Papa John's day of reckoning? Has the world ended and we're all just living in purgatory?
Nah.
I don't think so. I don't even think Papa John could have forced.
Papa John's got something big on the horizon, like real big.
No, he already his Papa John started fucking the pandemic.
Yeah.
And the rest is out of his control. So he's probably like, oh shit, I didn't know how powerful I actually was. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry about Christian. Because fucking is a chain of events.
He started the pandemic and left us to wither by ourselves with our own instruments of decay. Like here we are, off to our own devices in the middle of this pandemic started by Papa John's, and we will finish us off ourselves.
Papa John's took the N word out of his vocabulary, and 200,000 people died. you know how, like, think of how he could have just said it. He didn't have to stop saying it if that was the cost. Who are we gonna stop from doing something now, and what's gonna happen next? We try to take the N word out of Keemstar's vocabulary, and what, millions of people go missing? Like, we gotta stop. We ask for too much. We know not what we ask for and what the repercussions will be. For this world it has a system. There's a cycle.
How do you guys
overstepping.
How do you guys feel about that Keemstar dating a 20-year-old thing?
It's a little weird, but whatever.
That's kind of where I'm at.
I don't give a fuck.
Yeah. I'm like, because I look at it and I'm like, I'm 27, almost 28, and I'm like, I probably wouldn't date a 20-year-old. That seems
same.
Like personally. But like, so when Keemstar's like, I don't know, was he 76? Like, so when he's dating like a 20-year-old, it's like,
he's a dwarf, so he could be 300 easy.
That's true, yeah. So
300 easy.
I remember seeing it, and like people were making like a big deal out of it, and like I understand because Keemstar is like really annoying and like nobody likes him for a good reason, but like it's kind of one of these things where it's like,
there's so much more to get him on. It's
weird, but like, I don't know if it's particularly noteworthy. Also, by the way, really unwise. Like, this is gonna age very poorly. Like, this is gonna blow up at some point into like some really negative thing. But
I mean, we'll see. I just, everybody has these arbitrary. Either somebody's told how to feel about that shit, age gaps, or people have their own arbitrary rules about it. I don't care. It has nothing to do with fucking. As long as it has nothing to do with morals, which it doesn't. There's no fucking immorality in fucking age gaps.
Adults are adults.
That are adults.
Kind of how I feel about it.
So it's like, who gives a fuck? It's just however you feel about it, treat it that way. I don't give a fuck about Keemstar's dating life. I never why the fuck would I care about what Keemstar's dating and where he's putting his dick? I don't care.
I just want something bad to happen to him, but like, I'll wait until it happens when it's good. I want it to be good. I want something bad to come his way.
All right, let's calm down.
Like gloomy, like fucking, like.
You need to calm the fuck down because that guy is so fucking spiteful and petty.
I don't care.
He'll fucking.
He can destroy me all he wants. My will. I'll become a martyr. I'll become a martyr. Then I'll be like,
see what happened. See, the problem is Keemstar, for some fucking reason, is pretty much untouchable to the point where it's pretty. It seems he put out a video recently saying, why are YouTube and everybody against me? All these people, a lot of people do the same shit that I do, and they never get any shit for it, and it's always me. And it's like, yeah, dude, nobody likes you. They want you gone.
Yeah.
They're trying to subtly get rid of you. They can't just up and, because I guess it's a little too... I don't know.
Now they should, though.
What I am curious, though, that... Because I know one of his YouTube channels were banned or something.
Yeah,
I thought you had to be fucking gone after that. Like,
no, I don't remember. Like, I think it like expired or something, or like he worked his way around it. Because I know Drama Alert wasn't owned by Keem. I think that's how he got around it. Like, he was just the host or something.
Oh, and then, that piece of shit. That's smart.
It is clever, yeah. But
that's smart.
Anyway,
yeah, I think we became I don't say enemies or anything, but I think he doesn't like me because when I discovered that his birthday was on the same day as mine, International Women's Day, and I quote tweeted it, and I was like, I said something where I was just like really fucking angry that I shared a birthday with him, and like ever since that, it's always been kind of like, I feel like I got on his bad side, and I'm like, I'm okay with that. Like it's all right. And one time I thought he was going to destroy me or something because he like slid in my DMs, but he was asking me about some dumb drama that was going on, and I'm like, dude, I don't fucking. But I thought like it was coming. I was like, oh, here it goes.
Can't you just ignore him and it'll go? Like what? I don't know how. Like, just ignore him. There's so many people that hate him. Like some people that hate him. So like, if he like tries to destroy you, it'd be like, so what?
Well,
like,
it would
do
be
stuff like that.
Listen. He does
be
get
fun.
he does get ratioed a lot. In fairness, like I remember like Eddie Burback like fucking ratioed the shit out of him a couple months back, and it was hilarious to see. But like I don't know, he just kind of exists. I remember one time when Lacey and I were together, he like messaged. I don't remember if he messaged me or I think it was Lacey, where he messaged her. He was like, "Hey, I'm gonna do a drama alert. I'm gonna say you're pregnant. That cool?" Or something. Like, and it was like,
what is that?
I don't. It was like something like that. And I was like, what the fuck? Why? Because I forget. Like Lacey posted some photo that I guess like he twisted into thinking like she was like pregnant or something, and he was like, "Oh, I'm gonna make a drama alert about like rumors that you're pregnant or something." And I was like, "What?
Some good ass.
What kind of
good ass?
So weird.
Some good journalism right there.
It wasn't
He's
even
another
like
dark world dealer, dude. He's like,
it wasn't even like evil. It was just like confusing. It's just so weird.
but that's a journalist.
I'm gonna say something.
He claims to be a journalist. That's
No, he
dangerous.
doesn't. No way he does. Does he? I don't believe
Maybe.
that.
I'm not even sure.
Keemstar's not a.
I'm gonna be honest. Maybe you guys.
Bucket.
You may not like me saying this, but I feel like Keemstar is a necessary evil. I feel
In the
like
face of what?
Just like I feel like there's some villains that just kind of need to be there to let us
know that these are bad and these are good.
Yeah, it's like it kind of sets a precedent and it points people in certain directions of like, oh, that's the bad guy, and he leans into it too. He doesn't give a fuck, and then and at the end of the day. Like, I guess the reason why I don't like despise him or anything, I just always thought he's just some jackass, is because I'm like, what? I don't think he's done anything criminally, and that's where I really. That's what really bothers me the most.
He hasn't done anything he hasn't done anything object criminally, but he's done a lot of things, and like he's made like the whole etiquette thing. He definitely made that much worse.
Here's the thing.
I agree with that.
Here's the thing
He's
about
not objectively criminal, but like he definitely doesn't help.
Here's the thing about criminality, right? Where it's like there's a lot of people who will like, well, it's not illegal, so it's okay, and it's like
I didn't say it's okay.
Well, I'm just saying that's definitely like something that's said a lot. I'm not saying you're saying it, but like I don't know, Keem is just the only thing that I take issue with is the fact that like you can kind of chart when YouTube got worse, and it was when he kind of appeared like on the screen and just started like giving a lot of attention, because like I sincerely don't think people would even be aware of people like think about all the reasons that we've had adpocalypses, right?
Yeah.
I don't believe that those things would have happened had it not been for the hyper focus on drama and trying to focus on these people individually in such a way that Keemstar has like made his entire career off of. I don't think we would have had the adpocalypse without Keemstar. I sincerely don't. I
don't know, man. I don't know.
Because he's the reason people give a shit about this stuff. Like, nobody cared. Do you remember YouTube celebrities before 2016? I seriously don't. Like, you had Markiplier, who, like, was popular, and you had PewDiePie, who was the biggest channel, but you didn't have these, like, fucking Foozies, or, like Logan Pauls, really. Like, they just sort of existed by themselves in their own ecosystem, and they never really stepped out of line until they realized that someone was following their fucking every move. And then, like, they had reason to, because, like, ooh, I could start some shit. And then, like, and then people who aren't interested in me can, like, learn about me because now I'm on the trending page in Drama Alert. You know? It's like, it was literally all of that shit, the tabloid culture that fucking destroyed it and made everybody fucking gross and disgusting. And that's my main contention with him. He could do whatever the fuck he wants. God bless him. But...
No, God did not bless him.
I knew you were gonna.
No, don't give him that. Don't give him that. Don't give him the potential truth of God blessing him. Fuck that. No, just let him go. Stay where you are. Stay in the realm which you exist in.
I could be wrong. I fully admit I could be wrong. Like maybe like this is a hypothetical. Like
I feel like it's complex. I can't pin it all on one person.
That's fair.
That's very true.
I can.
I mean, fair enough. Fair enough.
I can.
Anyway, let's move on to some questions, huh? We got a couple. We don't have that many. We're finishing off the July list and some of and some newer August ones. But
and we're gonna be working on our solo cast soon too. I think I'm gonna record mine sooner or later.
Yeah, I'll write the doc for everybody's solo thing later today. Let's go ahead. Ooh woo, the amount of hentai posted to the Discord server is staggering. Wrote in.
What?
He said, He said, "What are your thoughts on the upcoming Mass Effect game? Do you think they'll continue with the legacy system? Tali must remember my love or I'll die." I don't know what legacy system means. I guess like
you pass the character on from game to game to game.
Oh, I mean, I would imagine that's how they would. Maybe, you know what's actually wild? I don't even know if they'll make, because you see this a lot now where like it's even happening with Assassin's Creed now, where Assassin's Creed is doing this thing where it's like, we're not putting out new Assassin's Creed games anymore. We're going to put out Assassin's Creed Infinity and add things to it, like this live service thing.
Yeah, live service is becoming the wave again. Which
is weird for Assassin's Creed, but like, I would imagine that that's probably how they would do it, which sucks. But I don't know. I don't even know about, because we just got the Legendary Edition, you know? Like, I don't know if I'm particularly hungry for a new Mass Effect, especially after Andromeda, you know? Like,
damn. I have a hot take about Mass Effect, but I'm not going to say it. I'm just going to leave it be.
Yeah, you don't like Mass Effect 2 for some reason.
I don't dislike it. I think just the change between Mass Effect 1 and 2 was a bit jarring for me. That's it.
In which way?
I liked it was more of an RPG with shooting mechanics, and then it became more of a shooting game with RPG mechanics. And that kind of...
Well, it's because EA got involved, of course.
And that kind of frazzled me. I like 1 a lot. Like, I really, 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 really like Mass Effect 1 a lot. And 2, every moment of, like, the whole entire moment when you meet Grunt, that's his name, right? The little Krogan, the teenage Krogan.
Yeah, technically a baby, yeah.
Yeah, he's so cool. I think that whole direction when him and Shepard had to gun to each other's stomachs, and I was like, this is pretty fucking badass. It's good, but just sometimes playing it kind of annoys me. It's like, oh, change to your cryo bullets.
I don't do any of that shit. What are you talking about?
And then it's like, I just don't like it. I don't like that. There's the hyper focus on like shooting that got put into it.
So you don't like so you don't like Han Solo, you don't like Vegeta, you like Space Jam, you don't like Mass Effect 2.
You know what's crazy? Crazy? You know what's happening slowly but surely?
Fucking weirdo.
The more I watch Dragon Ball, the finals, the Buu saga, the more I like Vegeta, because Vegeta's kind of great in that saga. I hate to admit it. I hate to admit that, but he's the best part of that saga. His whole entire dialogue with Goku when he fights Goku, when he's Majin Vegeta, and then he gets slapped around, and he's like, bro, you lied to me, bro. You didn't even go Super Saiyan, dude.
Why? Yeah, and he realized how much of a bitch he was still. It was great.
Yeah, still, dude. He was like, bro, your son saved my life. He's 11. You ain't gonna give me a real fight, bro. Come on. You know what I've been going through. You see what I'm going through. You know my son here. You know my son here from the future, bro. Give me something, you know? It's just like, damn, Vegeta.
I love
you
Vegeta.
Suck.
No, that's why he's so good. He's so good. Like, he wants to be the absolute shit, and he's just always a step behind.
He's he's multiple steps behind constantly.
I mean, he reaches these levels where he thinks he's got it, and then it's like, oh wait, nah. And it's fucking, and like you realize his frustration. And I just love, like, he's such a great character because he was just a complete cunt at first. But then he got to the point, especially how Goku turned Super Saiyan in the first place, where he finally was showing his fucking emotion. Then fucking Frieza jizz shot him in the fucking heart or whatever. Just a little beam of jizz in his when he's dead. Yo, that shit was great, man. It was so much growth, and I'm like, how could you hate this nigga? Like, how could you hate this guy?
I just don't like him. I don't like dickheads. That's my thing, and that's always my thing. I just don't like assholes. I've never liked characters like that ever since I was little. I like Superman and Captain America and Spider-Man and Green Lantern, you know? Like, they're just good guys, you know? And that's my
so how did you feel about Spider-Man when he when he actually got the
black suit?
Yeah. How did you feel about that?
I felt it was weird because I was like, he's just being a jerk, you know? But the thing is that context is always there for me because I knew about Venom before I really understood about what the black suit was doing to him. So I was like, oh, the suit's making him do that. You know, it's not Peter exactly.
Oh, it's not
but
him.
He was an asshole. He was an asshole. Well, at that period of time, I was like, oh, Peter's kind of a dickhead, you know? But it's you see what I mean, right? Where it's like, that's I already knew that Venom was a thing. I already knew about that before I read the comics and really figured out that like, oh, the suit was making him act more aggressive. But I just don't like kind of jerkish characters, you know?
You literally play a jerkish character on the internet. Like all the time.
I know, and he's a piece of shit. And that's why I get it.
That's not a character though. That's not a character. That's just him.
It's some of it's me. It's not all of it. Some of it. Me and Sweet have some similarities.
Do you remember when I saved food in the fridge and you ate all of it? Do you remember that? Because I remember that. And I also remember never doing that to you or anybody ever in my life.
I'm really sorry about that, bro. I'm really sorry.
I've been carrying that, man. Like it still bothers me.
I offer you something like, yo, dude, I'll just buy you the food bag. You're like, nah, man, I'm good.
I don't even remember what the context was, but like, this is a story. I don't remember what the context was. Like, I was out drinking with some animator friends of mine or something, and we were out dancing. We went to like a dance club in LA. This is like recently in the last like I think month or like two, like something like that. And I was so hungry, and like late at night at 2 a.m., nothing's open. All that's open is like McDonald's and like Jack in the Box and just garbage, like stuff that's like, this is like not good for you to eat. And then like I remembered, oh wait, I had that chicken from earlier. I'm so excited. I'm like drunk, high, tired. It's late. I'm excited to get that chicken. And I get home, I open the fridge, and nothing is there. And I remember thinking, this can't be. So I closed it. I closed the fridge, walked away, walked back, because I was drunk and high enough to maybe that would make sense and maybe that would change it. And I opened it, and it's still not there. And I just like, I can't fucking believe it. And I looked in the garbage because I thought, my first instinct was, something was like wrong with it. Like, I don't know. Like something was wrong with it. They threw it, my friends threw it out to help me. And it's not in the garbage. And I'm like, fuck. And it was like 2 a.m. and I banged on your door. And you came out, you like this.
I was fucking because I ate it because I was drunk and I was like, yo, dude, I'm so fucking hungry. Is anything open? It's like, nice. Popeyes.
You're such a shithead.
And then I was like, man, dude, I'm sorry. Do you want me to buy it back for you? You were like, nah, man, I'm good. I was like, are you sure? You're like, nah, I'm fine.
It was too late. It was late. It was 2 a.m. It wasn't open for you to buy me a new one.
I know. I tried to repent, bro. I'm so sorry.
So wait. So let me hear you. What's your thinking process when you decided to eat somebody else's food? Like, what were you thinking at the time?
I was like, they might have not wanted it. Thank God, I'm starving. No.
Yeah, it's in the fridge. They might have not wanted it.
You like justify. They might not want it, even though it's saved.
They might not want it if they just put it there. This is a whole meal that hasn't been touched. Clearly, someone's not hungry. Clearly, someone's not hungry.
That's.
I'll tell you one thing, man. I'll tell you one thing, man. Vegeta wouldn't have done that.
Vegeta would have blown you up and then took it from you.
Well, at least I wouldn't be around to suffer.
I guess, you're right.
Good point.
Anyway, Mass Effect is cool. We'll move on.
Yeah, Mass Effect's great. No. Oh, yeah, the fucking question. No, let me ask. The guy asked the question. It's fucking... I want to see how Dragon Age 4 turns out, because I'm assuming that's going to come out before the next Mass Effect. If that shit's good, then I'll be excited for the next Mass Effect. If it's fucking shit, then fuck BioWare forever.
Derek, you ever play... Origins? Mass Effect Dragon Age Origins? Not Mass Effect Origins.
Yeah, dude. You want me to send you some screenshots of my team being fully naked? Hell yeah, dude.
I mean, I played that game when it was kind of new, and that is one of my favorite video games of all time. It's one of my favorite like RPGs ever.
It's great. I've beaten it like a billion times.
And they changed things after that. They changed the character.
Number 2 was fucking weird. Number 2 was just, it almost turned into fucking Dynasty Warriors. Like, it was very hack and slashy. And then it was just it was a city-state, Kirkwall, which was like, that's not enough. I don't want to be in one fucking city-state. Like, you're in a state. And I was like, that's boring as shit. It got lazy. And then 3 technically, Inquisition.
It was good.
There were some people that really didn't like it. I enjoyed it. I thought it looked gorgeous. I think they got lucky with the Frostbite engine, and I think like it could have been knowing what happened with the struggles with Frostbite, or like that game came out pretty fucking well.
I think Inquisition is a great video game. If you don't like Inquisition, I think that's insane. I admit that it being not like, it's not Origins. It's not as BioWare as Origins. It's not as like character heavy, and you don't bring your characters over from all the other games like you did in that one.
I hate that shit. I wish my Grey Warden, like you get a message from your Grey Warden. That's it. That's it.
You get a message to your character in freaking Inquisition. You're like,
yeah.
Why would you do that?
But you do see the fucking Ethan Hawke. You do, the champion of Kirk. Ethan Hawke shows up for a second.
Yeah, it's a great game. You should play Dragon Age. I think you'd like it, Chris.
It's like a big gap in my video game knowledge and experience. Like I have not touched a single Dragon. I don't even know what Dragon Age is or what it looks like. I have no idea like what the. Not even a sliver.
Watch somebody that someone that you trust to talk about that shit, on YouTube. Check it out, see what they fucking think about it, and see if
it's a very good game, bro. It's
maybe
really,
Skill Up.
really,
I don't know
really
if Skill Up did a video. I don't know if Skill Up was around back then. Probably not. Well, I mean, he was alive, but
you never know. You never know. We just conjured himself.
Are there any poppin' 12-year-old YouTubers? Like any really poppin' 12-year-olds like. Could you imagine a 12-year-old giving like a really solid game review?
I couldn't listen to their voice. That's the problem. They might be smart as. I'm already mad. I'm already mad.
My name is Big Doinks McGee.
There's
and
some
we're gonna be going over.
I'm already angry.
There's some of those people on TikTok where like sometimes you'll go on TikTok and you'll see these like 9-year-olds making like commentary videos, and it's like, what is the fuck is this? Like, it's so fucking.
It's really jarring.
It is really jarring
because you're like, you're a baby, you don't know anything about existence. But they're like, well, if they're talking about politics, like little kids, very soundly understanding how the two-party system is really flawed. It's like,
I always feel bad about that. I'm like, bitch, why are you destroying your life already? Like, enjoy your childhood, get older, then become jaded. Like, there's levels to this shit.
Nah, dude. If they're smart when they're little, that means they have more time to become rich.
No, that means they have more time to become cynical and shit, and be just at life. They realize how fucking shitty life is.
Nah,
like,
man.
let them be a kid first.
Nah, dude.
Just put them in karate. Let them fucking pretend like they're doing something of worth, or they're just actually, wasting their time.
Worth.
Give them a video game, and then when they start getting hair on wherever. Their fucking chin, you could be a chick too. Some chicks have hair on their chin. And then you tell them, hey, guess what? In 2 years, everything's going to suck dick. Right? Everything's fucking awful. Yeah. I hate my wife. All that type of shit.
I'm putting you out, bro. At
You're
18,
gone.
I'm kicking you out. I'm not giving you any money. You're on your own, dude. I'm letting you know at 16. So when 18 hits your birthday, you're gone.
Your birthday. They haven't even graduated high school yet, and you just still kick them out.
Like me, I was born in April. I would have got kicked out in April. Could you imagine that? Like, I'm almost done. Live.
Get the fuck out of my house now.
I live at the high school. I live there.
Weird.
What?
Yeah, I'm just checking Twitter right now. I guess like.
Oh God, what happened now?
Sony acquired. It's not anything crazy, but Sony bought Crunchyroll, and it's just kind of like weird. Like, I don't know why that's trending along with like. Let's see what else is.
Is it
Black John Cena?
No, fuck you! Oh my God, we're gonna. All right,
it's
next
fucking
question.
still trending. Oh yeah, Funimation. Yeah.
Yeah, weird. I didn't know. Funimation bought it too, but I didn't realize Sony owned Funimation. Or I did know that, but I didn't realize that they were like I don't know. I guess I just forgot. But all right, let's move on. Deja Vu, I've sucked this dick before, wrote in. It's hello, Hispanic personification of death, black massive chaos, and god of sex. First time Patreon user
was
here.
Was that 4 people?
Nah, that's not.
Did I read that? Did I hear that wrong? I thought it was 4 people.
No. Hispanic personification of death, black massive chaos, and god of sex.
Oh, what the fuck? Okay, sorry, tripping.
You just had a fucking stroke. First time Patreon user here and first time commenter. What is your favorite of these 4 pop culture warriors? Samurai, knights, Vikings, or pirates? I'm a history nerd and love all equally for different reasons. I wish Ninjas was here, but like...
Wait, What was all of them? Samurai, Knights, Pirates. What?
Samurai, Knights, Vikings, Pirates.
Okay, Vikings.
So those are your 4 to choose from.
All right, I already know mine easy. So
what is
mine
it?
It's gonna first, obviously, samurais.
So that's the one.
That's typical.
Obviously, samurais. But
Typical.
Second would have to be knights.
No one's looking for like a ranking. It's just like your favorite. It's samurai for both of you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Samurai are fucking awesome.
I think I kind of agree. Like, I don't know. If ninjas were here, I think we'd have more of a discussion. Because I think samurai and ninja, as like an argument, is inherently a little bit more interesting than like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Samurais and knights. Knights are kind of generic.
Well,
like they're
samurais are knights. They're the same.
But they're cool though. But they're cool. That's the big
knights
difference.
Are cool too, dude.
No, knights' armors are cool. They're not cool.
Oh no, samurai aren't cool either. You know,
samurai are pretty. Dude, the fucking the type of shit. Dude, the type of. Dude,
Derek,
think about
I know.
the shit that came around the feudal Japan, the dopest shit. Like, they don't have tales of, they don't have a 47 Ronin type of tale. What do they have? Lancelot, some fucking queer that reads fucking poetry and shit? Like,
Derek,
he's just some,
look,
what?
I like samurais more than knights.
But
samurais were like famously pieces of shit. That's why ninjas came into existence.
No, but
because samurais were dickheads, bro.
No, but they were interesting. They were like, what I'm saying is they're interesting. Like, knights, like when you think of like medieval Europe, their knights were like, who fucking cares? No, seriously, like think about the most prominent knights in that time. They're all fictional. They're not even real people.
True.
Like, because they don't have anyone real that's that. I mean, sure, of course they have real people that they're like, oh, that's interesting. But it's sad that the most fucking interesting shit about their stuff doesn't even exist. It's kind of weird.
And while you go to Japan and like, I know a lot of it's fake, but like, freaking what his name with the 2 katanas that was not losing fights at all. He fought people at a river and are you thinking of Miyamoto Musashi?
Yes,
dude, 2 swords. Religiously, he'd be late to his fights, and he would
frustrate people. He would frustrate people. You'd be late. He fucking beat the shit out of a guy with just a wooden fucking. He just found like a stick.
The boken. And
he was just like, I'm gonna fuck some up with a stick.
Dude.
It's
he
amazing.
Was literally an asshole. He would. One time they were looking for him to have a fight, and he was sleeping on a boat. He was asleep on the boat there, and they were like, "Oh, you're here finally." And they were like, "You have no honor. You have no respect." He was like, "Whatever." And he took out his 2 katanas and he beat the shit out of people. And it's like, that was a real man. He was like 5'2", and he probably couldn't really do anything to a modern warrior.
And to be fair, everybody was 5'2" back then. They were all 5'2".
That's true. They were tiny.
Yeah, fucking the Book of 5 Rings. Anybody, if you're interested in his fucking interested in his philosophy. And but anyway, I can't. I'm sure there's gonna be some really big history buffs here that are gonna start, coming down with a bunch of shit that's going on in medieval Europe, just to really kind of counter everything that I've said. And please do. But I don't know. I couldn't be that fucked about whenever someone's talking about like medieval fucking Europe. I'm kind of like. I hear stories about it. I'm like, oh, that's kind of cool, I guess. But it's nothing like when you hear about shit that was going around China and Japan. Like, come on, man. They even dressed cooler.
I feel like Vikings were fucking shit up too. Vikings are cool as fuck too.
Was way like that shit, man. Like berserker mother. Like, dude, they have interesting shit too. Let's be real. Like there's variety. I guess that's what I'm looking for. I feel like fucking knights like. Yeah, I don't know, man. I'm like, whatever.
Knights are too. They're too like.
They're too noble, I guess.
The knights are too half ingrained into American culture. So like, it's like, oh, we've been seeing this our whole lives. But samurai are like, samurai, the way they dress is very aesthetically pleasing. The katana itself as a weapon is so fucking fascinating.
Do you think like maybe like people in Japan probably like are just like, samurais, like
that's the thing.
We're kind of super used to samurais, but then they think knights are cool because for the same reason where it's like, that's different.
Think of Firm Software. Think of how much like Firm Software follows like European proper stuff. Like that is a very good point. Think of Berserk. Berserk is the most
anime in general, dude. Everything is fucking westernized.
Well, I'm even talking about anime. I'm talking about I'm getting more off the like
Castlevania is
Castlevania
is also very, very European, Eurocentric.
A lot of games and stuff like that, they follow the European like knight in shining armor-esque mentality. You know, so like it's a cultural exchange. You know, since Americans are fucking bastardized Europeans, we've seen knights our whole lives, and then for them, they've seen samurais their whole lives. So like that's why it's like, oh, that's cool over there, this is cool over here.
Yeah, like honestly, even when it comes to video games, for me, like knights are just kind of like they come across as generic to me. Like I think it's why I never really got into Dark Souls and stuff. Like it's just like it's just knights and like fantasy and like I get it, but then like the second like Sekiro came around or like the second Ghost of Tsushima came around, I was like, oh cool, sick, this is cool, I like this.
Interesting. Yeah,
I don't know. I think knights are probably like the least interesting of this. Granted, pirates, like I don't know of any real pirates that like, you know what I mean? Like all the real pirates are just not even like remotely similar to like.
Pirates are less cool Vikings, I think, honestly.
Well, the thing with pirates is that they're like they're like nihilist Vikings almost, where it's just like, fuck it, I'm just gonna go money, let's go fucking get some money, that's it. We'll just rape the land and leave it.
Well, they're all the people that like they couldn't make it in the upcoming new world, and they're like, "Fuck it, we just gotta go rob of the seas. We gotta
go." A bunch
of
misfits, yeah.
Yeah, basically they didn't fit in, and I do like pirates a lot, and I really think that Assassin's Creed Black Flag is really fucking fun. A good pirate simulator if you just want to sing shanties and fucking like rob people and shit. It's really fun.
Could you imagine
the pirate's existence is a lot of fun to simulate.
It's magical. The idea of like you're on an island one day and you hear like people like fucking singing like fucking stupid ass rhymey songs, getting fucked up, approaching your island. You're like, what's happening here? Then they get out and they fucking blunderbuss your fucking chieftain in the face and start taking shit. They don't touch anybody. They don't hurt anybody.
I think pirates
they steal from you.
I think pirates are more interesting as a concept than they are in practice. You know, like the concept of it, like because even like Sea of Thieves, like whenever I play Sea of Thieves, I have a fucking hilarious time. It's
of course
ridiculous because like the shit that you can do is just fun. It's just a game that's all about like how am I gonna fuck over other people, and it's awesome because you get to do that in it's almost like competitive cooperation where it's like, come on, we got a team here, let's find the best way to ruin somebody else's day, and then you do it and it's hilarious. But like every pirate that I read about is like some Somali prince on a small you know, like I don't know, it's not
dinghy, on a fucking dinghy.
Yeah.
Once I get to mainland, I am going to rob everyone I find. There's no one who will withstand what I am going to do.
Yeah, but that's like, modern day pirates, right? It's just where it's still going on in the parts of the world where it still allows it, right? Like it's like there's still, you know, there's still slavery over there too. It's kind of it's like we don't talk about that shit. It's fucking weird over there. Like just that little sect.
Weird over there, dude.
Maybe weird's the wrong word, but it's
weird's a pretty apt word.
It's interesting.
Weird Al is weird. Slavery is not weird. Slavery's insane, bro.
Oh man,
Anyway, I think samurais pretty much win for all of us. I think I will say, Deja Vu. If you put ninjas in here, there would be more of an interesting discourse.
Yeah,
maybe substitute pirates for ninjas, or actually, pirates and ninjas are kind of like analogous. Like they're kind of like pitted against each other in a lot of
sort of opposite.
For some reason, pirates versus ninjas is not as uncommon like a hypothetical premise as you would imagine it was. For some reason, those two like go hand in hand, even though they're like really like not even remotely similar. But that's a different story. Like that'd be hard. I think I still might go with samurais, but like it would be hard.
I think samurais are still the coolest, but samurais are cool because of katanas. I think and their armors.
Yeah. It's like there's so much about it,
so
and
cool.
like Bushido code and shit like that. It's like really interesting stuff.
Ghost of Tsushima, man, did a lot of heavy, because for me, like I wasn't interested in that shit at all, and then Ghost of Tsushima was like, this is so sick and interesting, and like just a great concept and aesthetic, and just like that game did a lot of heavy lifting for me when it comes to like
Well, Ghost did
premise.
the whole ninja and samurai thing together very well. That's what Ghost did amazingly. Because in Ghost, you're a samurai, and then there are moments where you're fucking falling into people with a sword, and that's some super ninja shit. So it's just like I really enjoy I've enjoyed both aspects of it, because a lot of games I feel like they try to do both, but nothing has succeeded in where Ghost has in doing like both of them does. To the point that I'm gonna buy the director's cut.
It's
Even
like
though it's not worth it, I'm gonna buy it.
I just feel like it's that game. What other game has really tried to put that much TLC into like here's feudal Japan? Like it's always like tongue-in-cheeky stuff. Like we're doing it. This is cool and everything. It's like I'm a big fan of the Samurai Warriors franchise, the hack and slash shit, because it's like, oh, this is cool. Like it's kind of a thing, and then they're using historical characters and they're just doing fantasy shit with it.
It's like
but that's
Doom,
usually what
kinda.
it is.
It's like Samurai Doom.
Yeah.
Samurai Warrior.
Oh, yeah.
It's really cool, but like Ghost of Tsushima did put a lot of effort into it, which I appreciated. And it also just basically turned into like the Assassin's Creed game that everybody was like wanting for a really long time, because I feel like I feel like people have been saying like Assassin's Creed Japan for like literally a decade now.
Oh,
I remember
since the first one came out.
Yeah, I remember when Brotherhood came out, and I loved Brotherhood. But like I remember like when I finished Brotherhood, I was like, man, this is so good. I love these characters. It'd be cool to see one of these in Japan. And then like that was like I think
They're trying to spread out his lineage, because it's like, he's European, he's white, he's European, he's European. Now we're in the Middle East. We're heading there. We're getting on our way there.
No, it was probably like 2011 or 2012 or something.
Is it not about the same bloodline anymore?
No. Well, it started in the Middle East.
It did?
Yeah. Assassin's Creed 1 is in I think Jerusalem. I think
his name's Altair.
Wait, it started in the Middle East? I thought the first... No, 2 was in Italy, right? 2's in Italy.
Yeah,
and then it goes... You're right.
Yeah.
Now there are Vikings. You never know. You can happen.
I mean, it's literally... Well, look at it's everywhere. And as soon as the first one, because like, assassins. Who are the original assassins like that with fucking hoods or with stealth? It was fucking ninjas. So it naturally, people are like, oh man, eventually they're going to end up in fucking Japan. Like they have to. And because of that, they were just hipsters. I'm like, oh, we're not going to do that because it's too obvious. And I'm like, why would you take that away from people?
Yeah. Well, now they got it, and it's probably the best version of it that you could have. Like, imagine they do like an Assassin's Creed Japan, and it's like what they're doing now. Like it would be like nobody would like it. I think it'd be just like a mess.
It's like it's unnecessary at this point. It's now, to be fair, I haven't played Valhalla, but I think because
I hear they're good. It's just I don't know.
They're not. If you're this is what I've heard.
Really boring.
People who are diehard Assassin's Creed fans from back in the day hate the new ones.
Yeah.
But I think those people suck, because the old ones were fun to an extent, and then they got old quick. Because they were doing the fucking cash cow thing like Call of Duty. They kept releasing them every year. And so I'm like, I fucking get it. I don't care about this franchise anymore at a certain point. Like Black Flag was the last one I had fun with the old mechanics. Because I'm like, oh, pirates, and I got mortars, I got cannons, I got fucking 4 guns on my jacket, dude. That was the coolest shit. Where you just had like 4 guns on you with 2 fucking swords. Like that, you can't beat that. It was dope. Anyway.
Yeah.
And then when they changed it up and stuff, it was completely different. But then they took like a lot of elements from a lot of RPGs that already exist, and then incorporated into it. I'm like, this is interesting. It's a fresh thingy. But I played Odyssey, and I thought that was fun. And then
was that Egypt? Odyssey?
No, that was Greece. What was the Egypt one called?
I feel like there was an Egypt one.
There was. It was before it. I just can't remember what it was called. Assassin's Creed Origins.
Oh, right. Yeah. That's a terrible name for the Egypt one, by the way. That could be anything.
Yeah. But I guess it was because like, oh, this is the beginning. This was the true start of it or some shit.
Yeah, I've been meaning. I have been meaning to like, because I don't know, like I don't like. It's my job to have an opinion on video games because I do Sacred Symbols and I talk about them a lot, but I don't really play a lot of the stuff that I don't already just kind of want to play, and we keep talking, or Assassin's Creed keeps coming up, and my only frame of reference for them are these like really old ones that I remember playing when I was like way younger. So I've been thinking about like maybe I should just like pick one of these up and like play it for a little bit, give it a proper chance, just because like I feel like maybe maybe I would like it. On the off chance, I have no idea.
Try. Let me. I can just quick like why I liked Odyssey, for example. They had it wasn't. It was an improved. There was like still like naval battles, which was it wasn't canon. So at first I was disappointed, but it was actually more fun to me with the arrows and shit. It was actually I was like the naval combat was pretty cool. The armor because I don't really give a fuck about Egypt's not gonna have cool shit in there, just sand. But like you know what I mean, like the Greek like mythology and shit, and all the armor they crafted, and they had fucking like Cyclops and like Centaur. They had all this cool mythical shit that they still put in the game.
Shit?
Huh?
You fought Cyclops and shit in that game?
Well, yeah. So they have like in every Assassin's Creed game, they always have like some weird kind of mythical thing in there as well. Like say, even in Black Flag, they had these legendary ships that like Blackbeard. They had stuff like that. It's not a part of the canon, but it's like something that you can do, like these awesome side quests, and you get like rewards and shit. And same thing for Odyssey, where you got to go into the labyrinth and find the Minotaur and shit like that. It was really like hard as fuck battles. I actually had a lot of fun, and what I liked about it was completely unrestricted. Is if you can get there on a ship, good luck, because the fucking the Portuguese or the Spanish might bomb you to shit. Or fucking it shows you the level is so much above where you shouldn't go there, but you can. And so I'll be there for a half hour trying to beat one guy that if he hits me once, I'm dead. It was fun. I actually had a lot and then the RPG aspect was actually really good. Because they basically just took like, let's just do what Mass Effect does. We're just going to have like some more dialogue, not as fleshed out, obviously. They're not going to put that much time into it. But it was enjoyable to where I'm like, I'm making decisions that literally affect the outcome of the game, which I didn't even know, because I didn't know how the game. I was just like, you're just doing shit. And then something changed drastically, and I played it twice, and the ending was very different depending on my family, who was at the end of the fucking shit or not. I was like, wow, they actually put some fucking time into this game. It was, They did do one. Go ahead. Sorry.
No, yeah, maybe I'll give. What is it, Odyssey?
Yeah, Odyssey was I just enjoy it because it looks gorgeous. The fucking and I really like the armor and stuff. Like it looks amazing. I thought it looked really fucking good.
Yeah, maybe I'll give it a shot. I should update my actual knowledge on this fucking thing because it's just not going away now. Like we just know that it's going into live service. It'll be around for like the next like fucking 10 years, and maybe this is the right way to go. I don't know. Like you've seen games develop and then kind of step back and like so like we'll see, but we got let's see, we got a couple more here. I love you, so at least someone says it to me even if I have to pay them. Whoa, jeez. Wrote in, says hello, Foghorn Leghorn, Speedy Gonzalez, and LeBron James. I don't know. What? Am I Speedy Gonzalez?
Yeah, you have to be Speedy.
I don't even care. Let's just keep it going.
All right,
What's next?
What? How? Fog?
Let's go. Let's get the
I say, fuck you.
Oh, because the hair.
Is that it?
It must be, right? It must be. I'm trying to make it work.
LeBron? Like,
I'm just assuming because you're tall. Like, I don't know. Like,
all right, well, that was bad.
And you like basketball, right?
Well, anyway, he says, I'm a longtime listener, first-time patron. So he just insulted him. Was wondering what TV, if any, you've been watching recently. I just started Curb Your Enthusiasm for the first time, and I'm loving it. Love this podcast. Keep it. He says podcast in quotes. Keep it up. Thanks,
man. What the fuck does that mean? What does that even mean?
You know what it means, guys. Come on, let's not play. Let's not play like we don't know. We don't get it.
We are a podcast, okay?
Yeah, we got the mics. That's
all you need.
That's
that's
about it.
We got the you guys here listening.
Yeah, man.
The two elements.
Curb Your Enthusiasm is great. I envy being able to experience that for the first time again. That shit was wild. But I haven't really been watching. I've been watching old stuff that I haven't seen in a while. Like I binged Community over the break
recently,
and
so good, fantastic.
Yeah, dude, Community is way better than I remember it being. Like I remember it being like a fun show, and then like I watched it and I was like, this is genuinely like out of the. It's so good.
It's wild. It's wild how many people have been on. I can't think of a person that hasn't been on there. It's insane. Like, so many people have been on that show. It's wild.
That dude Matt Berry from IT Crowd was on it, and it's just like, what the fuck? This is insane. Like,
freaking the director of Breaking Bad was on there, dude.
Yeah, Vince Gilligan.
More than once, actually. It's like, what?
It's great, man.
Oh, guys. Okay, so sorry to cut you guys off. Speaking of,
I know where this is going.
Speaking of,
I know where this is going.
Community. The greatest thing ever in my life happened recently.
I'm so fucking jealous, bro. I'm so jealous.
I got Keith David to comment on one of my posts on Twitter, and I cried in my car. Didn't. I cried. Yeah, I cried. When I was with my girlfriend, I was crying about it. Because it's fucking Keith David. That's my hero.
It's upsetting. Yeah. It's upsetting that, like, that happened. And I'm like, But I will say I'm also proud that it happened because of, especially, it pertained about somebody asking Keith David to come on the Snark tank.
That's right.
Which was pretty fucking wild that he responded. I don't do podcast. Fuck off, son.
He's like, I typically don't do podcasts because they don't do well. You know, we went over it the last few times.
Was it because they don't do well, or is it because the audience?
Oh, his audience doesn't watch it. That's right. His audience doesn't watch that shit. I'm like, fuck you, man. Then make them watch it. They'll watch anything you fucking tell them to.
Well, the thing is that his audience wants him more or less in roles. You know, they like the actor Keith David, opposed to like they don't really care so much.
If David had a podcast,
for me,
it would be one of the best podcasts. Just purely just listening to him.
We're truly fans of him. If Keith David wrote a story about how the black experience is fake, I would read it. I would read that. Do you understand how heretic, like how fucking not okay that is? I would read it. I'd be like, yo, listen to his point before you guys got anything to say about it.
The Negroes are an interesting kind.
Dude, Keith David's so great. I'm happy that he acknowledged our show, even if it was like very, tangentially and very like kind of like on the periphery. It's cool. Like, at least we know now, like, all right, well, it's not his scene, but it's cool.
He said, "God bless you" to me, and I was like, because I said, what you call it? I was like, dude, this interaction is more than enough for a lifelong Arbiter fan, and he was like, thank you for keeping me around so long. God bless you, and I was just like,
there's instant hard dick, man. That's hard dick shit right there.
He said that, and that's like, you know how in like a video game when you finish a mission is like a book closes. And it moves away. That was one of my goals in life. It's just like, you know what? If I don't meet him, at least I know that one day we interacted. That's a memory in his head. Me talking to him somewhere.
Yeah, somewhere.
I'll definitely, because he goes to conventions, so I'll catch him at one eventually. I have to do it because I do this all the time though. People, they'll go and I'm like, oh, I'll catch them eventually, and then they stop. And I ruined my chance to fucking meet them.
I want him to open a cameo, man. Like, I would pay top dollar.
He would be overwhelmed, though. Like, if he opened a cameo, dude, think of how many voices he does. He would be very overwhelmed.
But the thing, he's on TikTok. Like, I'm like, bro.
It'd be like Hater.
He's on, but it's like, hey, he's on TikTok. Like, dude, get on Cameo. For the time that you're spending on TikTok, you can be on Cameo making probably thousands of dollars in like an hour.
I would easily pay him upwards of like $500.
I agree.
To just say like, kill me or release me, Parasite, but do not waste my time with talk. I would literally pay hundreds of dollars for that.
I would just love him. Like, if we could get, dude, listen, if Keith David had a cameo and we could get him to like kind of like do something for the intro of our show, the song. The theme song to this show is gone. Like, that is, I'm throwing that in the fucking garbage, okay? Like, that, it's exclusively always going to be Keith David's voice, because that is, if we could get that is something I would never throw away. He should do it. He should.
This is Spawn.
I just want to give Keith. I just want to give you money. We love you.
Look. If he did so much, man. If he did that, that would be the final episode. That'd be it. Like, that's where we end. That's when you're like, well, the Snark Tank podcast has been a great venture. We've really appreciated it. But at this moment, we realize that we can't get better than what we're doing. So out of respect and love for you guys, we're gonna terminate it here. So take care. And
but see the thing, we said that, and I thought about that too. I'm like, what if he agreed? We would have to end the podcast after that fucking episode.
Yeah,
okay
but he doesn't do podcasts. So
he doesn't usually do it. You never know.
I'm
never know.
hoping
There might be a blessing in there.
We have to. I imagine if we started a campaign to get him on.
That sounds
No. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that.
Yeah.
I don't mean like starting like a real campaign. It's like a metaphorical, like say a hypeness to be like, oh, we'd love you to come on. If enough people demanded him, like, dude, this podcast loves you, and he came on, he'd probably be like, okay, this actually is to my benefit.
I just don't want to harass. I don't want people to harass Keith
It's
David
not
into coming on.
harassing, dude. Like,
No,
people,
but
you don't understand.
the
Celebrities
nature
like
of-
people fucking giving compliments to them. You're so awesome. Please go on this fucking thing that I really like.
I get that, Derek. I get that. But I'm scared somehow he won't like it. And if Keith David doesn't like it, I don't want to know that I'm the reason why Keith David
He's
is
responding to people that are so beneath him. He likes it. Okay.
beneath him.
No, he is. I have no
am
problem
beneath
saying
him.
that. I have no problem saying all of us are completely beneath him. I have no problem saying that. Like he's
beneath
done
him.
so many prominent roles that mean so much to everybody. Like there is somebody if you walk down the street and be like, there is somebody that person like really likes that Keith David done a role. Oh, dude, you're that guy in fucking They Live. Oh, you were in like just everything. It just goes back so fucking far. He's done something that is of prominence to someone.
He is,
And,
he's the greatest. He
was even on that last season of Community, and that was actually pretty good.
I was telling way too many people to fucking stop sleeping on that because they're like, I don't fucking have to watch this Yahoo shit. And I'm like, I don't give a fuck. Go watch it because it's streamed on Yahoo. Yahoo failed their Netflix shit. And I was like, dude, don't sleep on this. I actually, there's a picture on my Instagram. I fucking, because I was trying to hype it up. I took a screenshot of him and fucking, and what's her name? Bree? No.
Alison Brie?
No, not Allison. No, I'm getting.
Or Britta?
Yeah, Britta. So she's on the fucking trike. She's on that little fucking. She's on that little. What do you call it? Not a trike. Big wheel. She's on the big wheel. I don't know if you remember the season. I was like trying to hype it up because I don't know. I really cared about the show. I was like, come on, guys, you got to watch this shit. It's great. Like it was underrated. Really underrated.
Yeah. It's all streaming on Netflix now, so it's like super easy to watch. But like, and it does feel better. It all being in one place. I remember like kind of not liking those seasons because I had to go so many different places, and it was just kind of like weird. But like as a cohesive thing, it actually is like a good show. Season 4 is terrible, but even season 4
is bad, but it's still enjoyable.
It's pretty bad. But like the thing is, it's like you're rewarded for watching it if you watch like 5 and 6 because they do a lot of like kind of like throwbacks about like how like terrible that season was, and like even in the I think the last episode where like they're counting and like somebody says 4 and then Chang shits himself and he's like, I farted during the 4th one. It's an inside joke. And just like all this it's just stuff like that. That show's a really good show, but I haven't watched anything new really. I can't think of anything that's caught my attention really. Like is there even any new TV happen? Like I don't even
There's new TV all the time. There's just too much of it, so you don't pay attention to it.
We don't watch TV also, that's the thing. The problem is that at our age, what happened is that usually our parents, they were a bit older where they got set into their routines where they just started watching the only shows. You know, like I only catch my show at 7, you know, like they go and they sit down at 7 p.m. They watch Wheel of Fortune or what you call it. But now since we have so much television at our fingers, we just watch the same shows we watch over and over and over again.
Yeah.
And it's becoming really bad that I don't explore new television anymore.
Well, there's so much bad TV is the thing. It's
I know.
Dude,
we don't find out if there's good TV because we watch the same things over and over again.
But dude, think about all the bad, like, I don't know if you've seen this trailer for like, it looks like it's like British Family Guy. It's called The Prince or something, where like it is fucking abysmal, man. Like, and it's just, it's that, and it's that show that like Netflix made based off of the fucking Twitter account that like got picked up recently. Like, and you got like Paradise PD and like Brickleberry and like just all this like fucking terrible.
Old.
I know, but what I'm saying is like this is just like terrible and just like Big Mouth and just all this fucking garbage that like I can't.
There's like,
can't do it.
There's like, say, there, like Amazon has some really good originals, for example. There's no one checks them out because nobody's hyping them up. There's amazing shit on there. Like, since they started putting original shit on there, and people have told me like, oh, you got to watch oh my god, I can't fucking talk.
Man in the High Castle.
Yes, thank you. Like I'm fucking about to have a seizure. But like, just for example, there's all these. I've never seen Fargo or there's what's that one show? Damn it! I can't remember that idiot's name. There's this actor that
Sacha Baron Cohen.
No, he's not. I don't know why. To me, he kind of looks like Rob Lowe to me, but no, it's not him. Hold on. There's this Netflix show. No.
Tim
Ozark.
Robbins?
Ozark.
Ozark. Jason Bateman.
Thank you. Yeah. So Ozark. People are like, this show's fucking incredible. It's amazing. I'll fucking get around to it later. There's too much shit. There's a lot of good shows.
Ozark is pretty good.
I watched season 1 of Ozark. I didn't watch anything after that.
Ozark is pretty good. Barry is great also.
Barry's hilarious.
Barry's really good.
The hell's Barry?
Barry is Bill Hader. He plays like he's a hitman who like wants to become an actor. It's like it's such a good show.
But he's like really crazy. He's like really fucking crazy. And it's hilarious seeing him in situations where he has to like try to use his acting skill to like get out of the shit he's involved in. It's really, really, really good.
It's him and Henry Winkler, Fonzie.
Oh, nice.
So it's like, it's really, what a weird show, but like that's a great one. But it's like, dude, you have to dig through so much shit to find that stuff. And even just like stuff that I know is good, I'm just waiting for it to end so I can binge it. Like I'm thinking like Better Call Saul and stuff. Like where like I know Better Call Saul is great. I know that.
That's still on?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's still on? I thought that was gonna be like a fucking 2-3 season thing.
Nah, 7 seasons of it, bro.
What?
And apparently
7's exaggerated. It's 5 seasons of it.
Yeah, and I've heard it's like it's because they take so long because like it takes like the seasons come out like I think a year and a half after one another, so it's like it averages around like.
I can't believe this show's still on.
Yeah.
How many seasons is it?
And it's very good. I remember it being very good. It's just they took so long to put out new episodes that I was just like, I'll just wait for it to be done because like by the time a new season comes out, I forgot everything that happened.
I watched Ballers. That was like the last show I watched recently. And it was deceptively good. Like I was like, holy shit, The Rock's like
the show with The Rock?
Yeah, he's like really acting. I was like, what the fuck's going on here?
People always gave him shit because he's a meathead, but like, dude, he was the most charismatic in the fucking WWF.
Like by far,
of course
that's
he
why
can
he
act.
left
Of
that
course
career.
he can act. Yeah,
that's why he left that career into being a proper actor. And like Ballers is one of the few times, other than Pain and Gain, of course, but one of the few times you see him like act for real. And it's like,
yeah, because you're just choosing the fucking all the roles that China just give him millions and millions of dollars.
It's like hey, you're black, but your skin's not black. We'll give you money,
dude. And then there's these shows like fucking Sexy Beasts.
Yeah, but those are the ones that always they spend the most on advertisement because they know it's shit.
But you can see those from a mile away. Truth be told,
I know, but it's just annoying.
But the problem is that there's so much that's It's so much that's garbage that you stop looking for the good. Like everything's garbage.
Well, I just feel like even if somebody told you every show that was amazing, critically acclaimed, you'd just be option paralysis. You'd be like, "There's just too much shit." Like, I'm gonna just go fucking play a video game that I'm familiar with. It's just easier. You don't have to think.
It's easy. It's like I'm just gonna go. I don't got the energy.
You know what I do when I want to shut my brain off? I do 2 things. I fucking put on trash TV, like TLC type stuff. Like I put on like 90 Day Fiance or something. Yeah. And then I put on NBA 2K something. And I literally don't have to think at all. It's just I'm like this. Some people are fighting and talking shit, and it's hilarious because they're all dumb. So it's kind of funny that they're just. If you're on one of those shows, you're gullible and stupid. So it's kind of funny to laugh at them. And then just basketball games, you don't have to. You don't have to think to play those games. There's no reels. A lot of people try to like act like there's probably all these channels dedicated to 2K and shit. I'm like, you guys are all dumb. Like There's no strategy in this shit. You just fucking like literally you just try to get it as perfect, the shot as perfect as possible, and fucking that's it. It puts the ball in the hoop, and I don't have to think. It's great, and you know, sometimes you have to shut your brain off, you know, when you're not sleeping. Sometimes when you're sleeping, you're
aware, and I'm like, you know, I got to take a break.
Just like fucking that. It used to be Skyrim. I used to just fucking wander around Skyrim and not do anything. I used to do that, but I'm kind of enjoying just playing some basketball and fucking having the score be like 130 to like fucking 20. So I'll just kill these people. It's great.
There's almost nothing left for me to do in Skyrim, bro. In my Skyrim thing, I have like 6 missions left.
I avoid so many of them because I just end up killing a lot of people.
I'm like level 85 in Skyrim. Like, I'm such a high level, it's insane. And I'm at the point in the game where like I can't really have fun anymore.
Yeah. You just gotta, I'm telling you, like, try to kill everyone that can possibly be killed in the game. That'll be fun. I promise you. That's
just kill everybody. Dude, I got really bored one time and I put the difficulty all the way up and I got killed by a dog in Riverwood. I got killed by a dog. I had dragon scale armor on and a dog killed me.
That isn't even fucking...
Man,
on the hardest difficulty, a dog can kill you, dude. I got killed by the dog. That mangy piece of shit.
I really wish I had my original Skyrim file. It's just gone. Because it was...
forget it.
It was my... the where I played it the most was on my 360. And obviously, that thing's fucking ancient history. I didn't... upload anything to like I didn't upload like a cloud save or any fucking or anything like that, so it's just gone. But I had such a good character, man, and like every time I play, even though it's been so long, like every time I start Skyrim up again with the intention of like maybe I'll actually like have a consistent character running through this just because it's like easy to play and pretty digestible and kind of fun sometimes, I still can't get out of my mind. It's like, damn, I had such a good character exactly the way I wanted it. And I'm just not going to get it again. And so I just like stop playing. It sucks.
The cool thing is even on the consoles now, you can just mod your character and just shape them maybe even to not just exactly the way your character was, but even better.
So I know. The thing is, it's just, I don't know. It's also just because it's an old video game and I should be playing more new stuff in general, just because I should be doing that.
Still playing a fucking 2011 game, yeah.
Bro, Skyrim is so fun. It's man, I wish I could forget Skyrim. I wish I could honestly forget that game and play it again. Because I'd be like, what? Actually, no, if I didn't play Skyrim, I wouldn't like D&D as much as I do now. So I don't want to forget Skyrim because that was a gateway drug into everything I am now, pretty much.
Yeah. Yeah, good point, yeah.
Anyway, we are... It's about that time.
Oh wow!
Where we should start.
That was fast. Whoa!
Packing things up. You know why that was so quick?
Why?
Christian.
Darkness,
you're fucking
Darkness.
you're about to bring up some fucked up shit again by mentioning him again.
You're right. We gotta end. We gotta end before things get out of hand.
There's gonna be a fucking sinkhole somewhere really important.
Listen, if you liked what you heard today, consider supporting us over at patreon.com/thesnarktank. $1 a month gets you early access to every episode and access to special bonus episodes. $5 gets you a question read on the show. $10 gets you access to our Discord server. That's one payment and you're in for good. And $25 gets your name dyslexically read at the end of the show, which I will now do. Count me down.
3, 2, 1.
Barbara Weston Chandler's Not So Instant Karma, and $25 gets your name dyslexically read at the end of the show, which I will now do. Wow, that's a fucking shitty. Fuck you. I am
clever.
I am the grass man, the first of the Midwesterners, defender of the lawn, water yo grass. He who nuts loudest and last ain't right, because united we stand until we come. The immortal words of the Council of Come. I challenge the other Connor King to a fight to the death. There can only be one. Burnt Paul Walker, roller skater, the bipolar masturbator. Deja vu, I've sucked a stick before. Applejack is the best pony. I will die on this hill. I called the Coast Guard to save my anal virginity. Schindler's List Part 3, The Schindlering. The Quaalude shot from half court. Raber 525 and the mystery of the sudden uptick in tomboy appreciation. Jack Hing Hoff. Racist Snake. 10 hours of Spawn saying Malboja, relaxing sounds for stress relief, meditation, and deep sleep. Ooh woo, the amount of hentai posted to the Discord is staggering. A Vex simulation gone sexual, tell him Steve Dave. Chris Raygun, more like cringe gay cum. Trashbag7, Otaku Bernal, aka Kami Bernal, aka the Coom God. Gay Frog from Alex Jones' Nightmares. Tuberculized, whatever. Arthur Morgan, Andre Brooks, Antiphus Maximus, who claimed Hitler's remaining testicle.
Wait.
Kindergarten Cock.
That's
Kindergarten
fucking
cock. That's pretty
bad.
good.
I don't
That's
like
pretty
that one.
Oh my god, that's so fucking heinous. Not gay Ben, I'm not gay. No, really, I'm not. Seriously, I'm not. I swear, you have to believe me. Chris Chan's dripping gooch gash.
Come on, man.
Derek would fuck the shit out of God to kill him. White guilt paying his
Sure.
reparations, but not guilty enough to shorten my name. Take my money. John Strickland, Limp Sniggins. Wait, who is that?
It's
That's
female
a female
Tupac.
That I see. That I see.
That is the most jarring shit ever, bro.
Feel me.
That I see.
Hail Mary.
Come with me.
Oh my god. All right, Mercs 1889, Dank Magician of
Mercs.
Chaos. Yes, Derek, it counts as bestiality if you want to fuck Tali Zara. When in doubt, splooge it out. The first
Shut
church
up,
of Keith
nigga.
David, Renegade Highway Tires, just want to hug your face at high velocity. Goops McKenzie, Dildo, Penetrator of Uranus. Femboy Hooters Waiter, Sammy and his big titty fishy, the southern chick that will pimp smack your ass. Drunken Doulahan, my penis engorges with blood whenever I think of the band Imagine Dragons. Pre-Roz, Doug Dimma Dumbass. A tiny Asian man who is going to the gym in order to become a not so tiny Asian man. Cum Man, the man of cum. Blake 896. The epic Oshawott, Silly Putty Either, Future Hendrix, the messiah of misogyny. Fucking kill me. Chris said the first thing he did was blow the dust out of her pussy. Oh my god. Hey, boss asks, what the fuck is this? Hey, boss asks if a woman shove something of her own pee joke is still called sounding. I don't know what's happening. That's just fucking.
That
just
sound confusing.
That's just the alphabet in like a random letter, a random order, I guess. Ryan Lucchesi, Crazy Ivan's Mortuary. You stab him, we slab him. Sloshy Scout, Atrasoni, based and red-pilled Sigma male grind set. Cute femboy with sexy thigh highs. Tom Sweeney, the atrocious alien fucker. Please check out my podcast called How Do We Get Here every Thursday. The powerful niggatry within Chris.
Guys, I have an image. I have an image that you all have to see, and this is jarring as shit. Oh my lord! Okay, give me a second. I gotta.
This is gonna be terrible for audio listeners.
Keep reading. And no, they're audio listeners not gonna be able to see it. Fuck, this is perfect though.
Drop it in the notes or some shit. I don't know, whatever.
Okay, wait.
Oh my god, I'm not gonna put this in the show. We're so close to ending.
It's both of them side by side. It's both of them together. Is that
this
together?
real?
No, that's no.
They look even more different now that they're side by side.
Bro, that nigga is John Cena. John Cena's a nigga now.
All right. Listen, guys, Dr. Drew is still alive. He was just on Candace Owens' show. Please stop calling me gay. I touched a willy in high school, and it was a little mistake. Hardhat
Nice.
Skydiver. The North Irish are Brit simps, and it makes me sick. Fuck you, Chris. My name will be as long as I want. I pay $25 for this shit. The Khajiit that doesn't talk in the third person because his father is H.P. Lovecraft. Yabba dabba domestic abuse. Alaskan oilfield trash. The Pussy Hat incident of 2016. Juan Punchman. Marcus Shorten. Papa Nurgle. Jenk Uyghur. Re-education. Czar of Xinjiang. Game Controller 25. Tom's breedable Mexican femboy. Murder Ascended. Keith David, the dyslexic that feels Chris's pain. I wipe my brow and I sweat my rust. Fuck you. Lobotomized Jesus featuring Derek Chauvin. Christopher Big Black Man Boykin.
Yeah.
And now I'm off to read Derek's browser history. Derek. You spelled Derek
Oh, you
wrong.
spelled D-R-E-K?
Darek.
Whoa, I've never heard of what the
Yeah,
fuck?
because it's all wrong. The Bussy Bandit. Sorry, babe, but posthumous humiliation by piss grave stays on during sex. There he goes. I guess Sweeney's gone. Sweeney just vanished. The first ever game to introduce Rumble feature, Worm Odyssey, Hiroshima Spicy Mushrooms, Dummy Thick Dave, Heartless Wretch, aka the Black Man from the Worst Borough. I give it a 9.5 out of 10. That's a pretty nice cock. The Virginity Thief returns. I'm a dick suck. I like a dick suck. I like my dick suck. I'll buy you a dick suck. Yummy, yummy. Come inside my tummy. Jackson Absage, Badly Brave, Hugger Derek, the movie theater manager, Aetherian, and last page, Chris Gate, my Bajirian hunting ass. All hands on dick. Arrow, what the fuck? Chris Chan had sex with his own mother. Y'all should play fucking Vermintide 2. Melee focus Left 4 Dead. Speaking of Left 4 Dead, Back 4 Blood is kind of cool. Richter 86, and also last but not least, of course, our king of haphazard. Thank you all for listening.
And welcome back, Sweeney.
My screen went black. My screen went black, and while I was doing, I was thinking of how fucked the Chris Chan thing was, and my screen went black. I was like, bro, I was like, this is not real, right?
Wait, Sweeney, do you have is the recording still going, or?
Yeah, it's still good. I didn't stop the recording.
Okay, that's good. All right.
Well, I was just like, what the fuck?
I will never be on your podcast.
Since that's the case,
fuck you, niggas.
We're gonna go. Bye.
Farewell.
Fuck all of you.
Little bitch. What am I red? Fuck you, little bitch. Fuck you, little bitch.